Hey guys, welcome to today's class. So it's almost summertime, right? And you know what that means. Vacations, very good. I am really excited for vacations. I have planned a trip with my family and I'm really excited. I don't know about you. So that will be today's topic, vacations, okay? Now I'm going to tell you a little story about my vacations. So when I was about your age, I traveled to
New York.
New York City. That's correct. So let me tell you something about New York City. Everything is so cool. The buildings are so tall and everybody is so nice right there. Last year, actually, I traveled to Guanajuato. Have you visited Guanajuato?
No.
And let me tell you something. It's so cool. Everything is so beautiful. The colors and the people are so nice too. But the place I like to travel the most is the beach. I really enjoy the beach with my family and my friends with a pina colada. And the place I like to travel the most is Puerto Vallarta.
The beach.
That's correct. Everything is so beautiful. The beaches are so cool and clean. So, like I said, that will be today's topic. Now, let's begin with our next
Activity.
activity. Correct. Now, for this activity, you will have to put your 5 fingers up like this. Okay? I'm going to tell you a little sentence, and if you have already done it or been in that place, you have to put a finger down. Okay? Let's begin. So, the first one, I have trouble in a train. I haven't, so I'm not going to put a finger down. Okay, very good. I have been on a cruise. I have been on a cruise, so I'm going to put a finger down. Very good. Next one. I have been on a plane. Very good. I have been on a plane too. Now, next one. Oh, I love this one. I have been in Disneyland. Very good. And the next one. I have been in Europe. I haven't been in Europe, so that's a bummer. Don't worry. Next one will be I have been in the snow. I have been in the snow, so I'm going to put a finger down. Very good. And the last one. I have been in the beach. I have been in the beach, so I'm going to put my finger down, and I have no fingers left. Alright, perfect. Thank you for that, guys. Now, I'm going to choose 4 of you to come in the front of the class and tell me a little sentence in present perfect, okay? So I'm going to choose Edgar, Rande, Angel, and Camila. Please come to the front. Thank you. Alright, Edgar, can you tell me a sentence in present perfect?
I have traveled in train twice.
Very good. Very good. Now, you, Camila, can you tell me a sentence in present perfect?
I have been in Italy twice.
Perfect. Very good. Now, we're gonna go to the next part of this class.
Okay, now, based on this activity and this previous activity, what do you think is going to be today's topic?
About vacations.
Very good. It's going to be about vacations. Let me write it down. The title here on the whiteboard. Very good. So today we're going to talk about vacations. Now I have another question for you. Does anyone notice what tense we were using? So, do you remember anything about this tense? I mean, the definition, what does present perfect express, the elements, the auxiliary, the verb? Let's go by the definition, okay? The definition. Does anyone remember the definition about present perfect tense? Okay, remember that we have 3 definitions for the present perfect tense. Okay? So, the first one. Definition. The first one is an action that started in the past, is still happening in the present, and will continue in the future. Okay? So, can someone give me an example?
Me, teacher.
Okay, Carlos, give me your example.
I have stayed in this hotel for 2 days.
Very good. Let me write it down, okay? So we can understand better. I have stayed in this hotel for 3 days. Very good. How many days?
3 days, teacher.
Very good. So, an action that started in the past is still happening in the present and will continue in the future. The perfect example could be, I have stayed in this hotel for 3 days. But why? Because this is an action that started in the past, that is still happening in the present, and it will continue in the
future.
in the future. Very good. So we have the first definition right here on the whiteboard. Very good. This was for the first definition. I'm going to be placing the numbers here. Very good. So the second one. Does anyone remember the second definition about the present perfect tense?
Repeated event.
Very good. It's also for repeated events. Very good. Does anyone different than Carlos, obviously, can give me another example? Okay, who wants to participate? Michelle? Okay, Michelle, give me your example about repeated events.
Allison has traveled to Los Angeles twice this year.
Very good. Allison has traveled to Los Angeles this year. Very good. So, let me place it here on the whiteboard. Okay, Allison has traveled to LA twice this year. Very good. So, for repeated events, we have the example. Allison has traveled to LA twice this year. Why? Because it is a repeated event. Allison has traveled twice this year. Very good. So, let's move on with the third example, with the third definition. Indefinite time in the past. Okay? Till here. Does anyone have any doubt, any question?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, as I was saying, the third definition is indefinite time in the past. Who wants to participate? Who wants to share an example for indefinite time in the past? Who wants to share an example? Allison, can you give me an example about indefinite time in the past?
He has already been there.
Very good. He has already been there. Okay, let me write it down. He to erase the definitions because I don't want you to be confused with the information. As I just said, I'm going to be placing the structure of the present perfect. Okay, ready? Now that we have the sentences right here, I'm going to be placing the structure by color so you can understand better, okay? First, we have the structure. Remember, what do we have first?
Noun.
The noun, very good. The noun plus The noun plus
Auxiliary.
the auxiliary. Very good. The auxiliary, red, plus
Verb in past participle.
the verb in the past participle form. Very good. In blue. And also, last but never least, in orange.
Complement.
Very good. This is the complement. Very good. So,
Tres.
so I have another question, okay? What can you tell me about the auxiliary? What do you notice here?
We have and has. We have two different auxiliaries.
Very good. We have and we also have has. What happened to the situation? What's going on here?
We use have and has for different people.
Very good. We use have when we're talking about these persons. First person singular, second person singular, third person plural. We use have. And about the third person singular, he, she, and it, we use has. Very good. So that's what is happening here. We have I have stayed in this hotel for 3 days. And we also have Allison, she has traveled to LA twice this year. Do you have any question? Do you have any doubt?
No.
Very good. Now that your classmates have their flashcards, the rest of the class can also make an example just for reviewing, okay? The ones that I mentioned, you have 2 minutes to make your example and to write it down here on the whiteboard because we are going to check if they are correct. Okay, very good. I can see that you're ready. Very good. So, Carlos, could you please read me your example?
Yes, teacher. I have flew to New York one time this year.
Okay, I have flew to New York one time this year. Okay, very interesting. Okay, class, what do you notice here with this first example? What's wrong? Or it is correct?
No, the verb is wrong.
Correct. In this example, we are using the past form of the verb, but we are not using the past participle form of the verb, okay? So, instead of flew, it's
Flown.
flown. Very good. I have flown to New York one time this year. Very good. Do you have any question?
No.
Very good. So let's move on. It says, I'm going to read it. I have forgotten my luggage in the airport. Very good. What happened to this example?
It's correct.
I think it's correct. Very good. Yes, you're right. I have forgotten my luggage in the airport. It is correct. Very good. Now, we have another example right here. She have eaten in the restaurant twice this month. Okay? Okay, interesting. What do we have here? What can you notice?
The verb.
The verb? The verb is correct. Isn't the past participle form?
The auxiliary.
Very good. The auxiliary. Very good. So, according to the structure, what auxiliary we use when we talk about the third person singular. She has, she have. What's going on here?
Instead of have is has.
Very good. Instead of have is has. She has eaten in the restaurant twice this month. Now it is correct. Well done. Okay. Also we have here, Baltasar has just arrived to the airport. What do you think about this one?
It's correct.
Very good. It is correct. And last but not least, Luis has already gone to the beach. What's going on here? What did you notice?
Nothing.
Nothing, are you sure? Luis has already gone to the beach.
The auxiliary.
The auxiliary is correct. He, Luis, has. And also the verb is in the past participle form. Okay, so it is correct. Very good. Well done. So, do you have any question? Any doubt? Any comment?
No, everything is okay.
No? Everything is correct? Everything is good?
Yes.
Very good. I hope you took the notes, okay? Very good. So let's move on.
Okay, guys, now that we have seen all this information about vocabulary, the present perfect tense, and the verbs that we use in order to talk about traveling, now we're gonna put those things in practice with an activity. We are gonna write a blog about our personal vacational experience. For this activity, I'm gonna give you this handout in blank that you have to fill. This is the title of the activity, My Traveling Blog. And then the instruction says, write a text from 30 to 35 words in which we are going to use these three main things: the present perfect tense, the traveling vocabulary, and the verbs to travel. In this big square, you're gonna put your text, you're gonna write it, and in these little frameworks, you're gonna either draw or paste pictures about your vacation. If you went to a beach, you're gonna draw the ocean, or if you went to a restaurant, you're gonna draw you eating in a restaurant. For that, I'm gonna give you some colors, some magazines that you can cut and then paste in your handout, some scissors, glue, and markers. All of these things to share with your classmates. You will have 6 minutes to finish the activity, and then we are going to paste our handout, our personal blog, in the wall so all your classmates can read it and you can share it with the class. Okay, I'm gonna show you an example of how you can decorate your work and how you have to fill it. This is the title. I just put these lines around it. Here's my text, and here's some draws and images that can represent my story about my vacational experience. Okay, so now you can start. up. Have you finished? Okay, now that we have finished, we are going to pass to the front and paste our traveling blog in the wall so we can all read it. I hope you have enjoyed this activity. I could see most of the work that you have done, and I think it's pretty cute.
Thank you.
And I hope we can enjoy reading our classmates' experiences about vacations. Thank you so much for doing this activity.
Okay, class. Now, since the activity is done, I want to ask you, can you please tell me about your favorite blog? Can I please have a volunteer, please? Yes, Jessica. I want you to tell me, why was it your favorite blog and what caught your attention the most?
Yes, teacher. I liked the blog where they were talking about San Francisco. It was interesting to me because I saw that she forgot her luggage and that she traveled in an airplane, and I always wanted to travel, and the city was cute.
Yes, that was a good example. For myself, I like that blog too because I always wanted to go to San Francisco myself. But there hasn't been an opportunity. So yeah, thank you. Just now, as we shared the blogs, it was okay. I like that activity. Can you please tell me what else did we learn today?
We also learned some verbs and some vocabulary that we usually use when we travel.
Yes, we learned some verbs and vocabulary. Can I have a volunteer to tell me one verb and one word of the vocabulary, please?
One verb is traveled and one vocabulary is hotel. When my family and I have traveled, we have stayed in a hotel for at least 1 week.
Very good, Valeria. I liked how to use a verb with a vocabulary word. Since we've seen the verbs and a vocabulary word, what else did we learn today? Can somebody tell me that formula, please?
We learned a formula for the structure of present perfect tense so that it's more easy for us.
Very good. I hope you guys learned today. I hope it was easy for you. If you have any doubt, you could be free to ask me. I'll be there. And that'll be it for today.